Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. This is Jane Chu here from 10xaibusiness.com. Today, I would like to talk about an interesting topic. Is search engine optimization or SEO still relevant in the age of AI? And to be specific, I am going to talk about how AI search is rewriting SEO. As you know, SEO is changing faster than at any point in the last 20 years. With Google AI overviews live globally, Gemini built right into Chrome, and even Perplexity launching an AI first browser, your customers aren't scrolling through 10 blue links anymore, just as what we did in our Google search page. They are heading to ChatGPT, Perplexity, and they will just ask AI one question, and from there they get one trusted answer. And here is the kicker: AI search traffic is already converting 9 times better than traditional search. So, the real question for the leaders is this: when AI answer, will it recommend you or your competitor? So let's get real. Traditional SEO used to be about ranking higher, chasing clicks, and publishing endless blog posts. But AI doesn't read the way humans do. It scans, it compares, it looks for consistency, and it chooses the source it trusts the most. So in this new era, SEO has evolved into something I call AEO, Answer Engine Optimization. And if you are not optimizing for AEO, you risk becoming invisible in the age of AI search. So let's pause for a moment and talk about the real opportunity here. AI search isn't sending you random visitors anymore. It is sending you people who are already pre qualified. They have asked a specific question. The AI has filtered the noise, and now they land on your page ready to act. There is high intent traffic, and it converts 9 times better than traditional SEO. But here is the catch: in this new ecosystem, trust is the new brand currency. AI isn't impressed by keyword stuffing or glossy ads. It is impressed by consistent facts, clear signals, customer reviews, and the authority you build across platforms. That is what gets you cited as the answer. And this is where early movers have the advantage. Most businesses are still playing the old SEO game, chasing keywords and clicks. The one who adapt now, who invest in AEO, answer engine optimization, will capture a head start that compounds over time. Because once AI learns to trust you has the answer, it will keep recommending you. And that is the single biggest growth level in digital marketing we have seen in 20 years. The journey to winning in AI search comes down to three stages. Stage one, foundation, making sure AI can recognize and understand your brand. Stage two, footprints, building presence across the platforms and ecosystems AI trust. Stage three, proof, reinforcing trust through PR mentions, reviews, and consistent signals. I will break each of these stages down in more detail, but think of this as your roadmap. foundation, footprint, and proof. Now, let's talk about stage one, the foundation. It is about teaching AI who you are and making sure it can actually read you. There are three big moves here. The first one, create a brand fact sheet. Think of this as your official identity card for AI. It is a simple one page that lists your business name, what you do, your website URL, your contact details, your services, and even a short description. Why does this matter? Because AI doesn't just scrape your homepage. It looks for consistency across all the places your brand appears. If your company name is slightly different on LinkedIn, your Google business profile, or your About page, AI can get confused and lower its trust score. So, you use the brand fact sheet as your master copy, then check that every profile, every web page, every listing matches it word for word. Now, let's talk about the second big move that you need to do, indexability checks. If your site isn't visible to Google or Bing, you're not even in the game. This means using tools like Google Search Console or Bing Webmaster to see which of your pages are actually indexed. If key pages like your about services or case studies aren't indexed, AI search won't see them either. So, this is like putting up a signboard for your business. Without it, you are invisible. Now, let's talk about the third move, structured data and FAQ schema. This is the language AI prefers. Structured data or schema markup tells AI this is a product, this is the price, and here is a review. It is like giving labels to every aisle in your store so AI knows exactly where to find information. And FAQ schema is especially powerful because AI is literally an answer engine. If you answer customer questions directly on your site and tag them with FAQ schema, you are far more likely to be quoted inside AI answers. So, stage one is simple but critical. Lock down your brand fact sheet, fix indexability so you can be found, and use structured data so you can be understood. Get this right, and you have laid the groundwork for everything else that follows. Now, let's move on to stage two, the footprints. Stage two is all about creating digital footprints. Here is the reality. AI is skeptical. It doesn't want to recommend a brand that looks inactive or unproven. So before it cites you in an answer, it cross checks. Is this brand showing up in places I trust? There are three categories of footprints you need to build. First, authoritative profiles. Start with the big maps AI relies on, such as create your Google business profile, be available in Apple Maps, and visible in Bing places. And for credibility, even directories like Better Business Bureau or MDEC in Malaysia is good. If AI sees you properly listed with consistent data, it is a big trust signal. Second, social presence. It is not enough to have a website anymore. AI checks if you are active and engaged. That means showing up on LinkedIn, YouTube, and yes, Reddit. Reddit especially is critical because AI models pull a ton of Q&A data from there. If your brand is mentioned, discussed, or even contributing helpful answers, it increases the likelihood you will surface in AI generated responses. And consistency matter. Don't just open account, keep them active. Okay, let's talk about industry specific platforms. AI doesn't just look at generic profiles, it looks where your industry lives. If you're in tech or SaaS, it would be good if you have a profile in G2, Capterra, and Product Hunt. And if you are in e commerce, you should show up in Amazon, Lazada, or Shopee. If you are in services, be available in TripAdvisor or niche trade associations. These platforms are authority hubs. If AI sees you there, it treats you as a legitimate player in your niche. So, stage two is about going beyond your website. Think of it as leaving footprints in the sand everywhere your customers and AI expect to find you. The broader and more consistent your footprints, the harder it is for AI to ignore you. Stage three is all about proof. At this point, AI knows who you are and where to find you. But before it recommends you, it asks, can I trust this brand? There are three big ways you build that proof. First, digital PR mention. AI models lean heavily on third party authority sites. That means when your brand is quoted in news article, featured in best of list, or mentioned in roundup posts, those signals weigh heavily. It is not about blasting out generic press releases. It is about being cited as an expert, being included in a category defining list, or contributing unique data or insights. That is what gets picked up and indexed. Second, detailed reviews and replies. AI scripts review platforms like Google Business, Trustpilot, G2, and even Amazon. But it doesn't just look at the star rating, it looks at the detail of the review, the problem solved, the use case, the sentiment. And here is the part most businesses miss. Replying to reviews matters just as much. Every thoughtful reply shows AI that you are an active, trustworthy brand that engages with customers. That is a big trust boost. Third, consistency across channels. Consistency is key. If your website says one thing, but your LinkedIn profile or press mention use different language, AI get confused. And when in doubt, it won't recommend you. The strongest brands in the AI era are the ones that keep their stories straight everywhere. So, stage three is about more than, more than visibility, it is about credibility. Proof is what turns you from just another option into the trusted answer AI recommends. And in this new SEO era, trust isn't a nice to have, it is the ultimate brand currency. Let me bring this down to earth with a real example. Imagine you are a financial advisor in Malaysia serving SMEs and freelancers. Traditionally, you might write a broad article called Top 10 Tax Tips, but in the AI search era, that wouldn't get you far. AI want context, specifically, and direct answers. So instead, you create hyper contextual content like this. A page title: Bookkeeper versus Software. What works best for Malaysian freelancer? This directly answers a decision making question freelancers are actually asking. An FAQ on quarterly compliance. Because when client Google things like how do I file SST has a small pieces, AI can cite your page has the trusted answer. Another example, an incorporation checklist for first-time business owners in Kuala Lumpur. That is practical, actionable content AI can reference when someone asks, what do I need to start a company in Malaysia? See the difference? Instead of vague tips, you are producing content that maps directly to decisions your clients are making. Now, let's talk about Reddit and social proof because this is one of the most overlooked opportunities in AI search. Reddit has effectively become AI's knowledge base. When people ask ChatGPT, Google Gemini, or Perplexity a question, the models often lean heavily on Reddit threads because they are raw, human, and full of real decision making conversations. But here is the trick: you can't just show up and promote yourself. That is why I recommend the 80-20 engagement rule. Spend 80% of your time giving genuine, helpful answers, and only 20% of the time mentioning your brand when it fits naturally. To make it work, set a weekly cadence of participation. Just 15 to 30 minutes a week in the right communities can position your brand as part of the conversation that AI will later code. And remember, this doesn't have to be limited to Reddit. In Malaysia and Southeast Asia, there are local forums that play the same role, like lawyat.net here in Malaysia, a massive forum where tech, finance, and business discussion get indexed. There is also another forum called Chari Forum. It is popular in the Chinese-speaking community. Hardware Zone Forum in Singapore, which is hugely influential across Southeast Asia. So the takeaway is this: if you are not present in these human Q&A spaces, AI has no reason to reference you. But if you are essentially training the AI to see your brand as part of the trusted knowledge base it pulls from. Let's talk about technical AEO. First, indexability checks. If Google or Bing can't find your pages, AI search engine can either. Use tools like Google Search Console to check which of your pages are indexed: your About page, services page, case studies, and FAQ. If they are missing, you are invisible in AI search. Think of it like running a shop but forgetting to put your store on the map. The second thing is schema markup. Schema is structured data. It is like giving AI a set of labels. This is my product. Here is the price. These are my reviews. Here, this is my FAQ. It takes away the guesswork so AI knows exactly how to understand and recommend your content. And FAQ schema is especially valuable because AI is at its core an answer engine. Third, product or service fits. For e-commerce, that means optimizing your product fits with attributes, rich details, and use cases. Example, instead of just backpack, list it has waterproof business backpack for travel with laptop compartment. For services, this means creating structured service pages where each service is clearly defined with benefits, pricing, and case example. Technical AEO is not about tricks or hacks. It is about making your brand crystal clear so AI can find you and understand you and confidently recommend you. Now, how do we know if all this effort in AEO is actually working? This is where the AEO scorecard comes in. First, qualified clicks. Not just traffic volume, but the right clicks. AI search tends to send visitors who are pre-qualified, pre-sold, and ready to act. So the question is, are the visitors landing on your site aligned with your ideal customer profile? Second, conversion rates on decision pages. Instead of obsessing over blog traffic, track how your hypercontextual pages perform. For example, bookkeeper versus software for Malaysian freelancer. If AI search sends prospect there, do they book a call, download a guide, or request pricing? That is far more important signal. Third, reviews, volume, and sentiment. AI scrapes reviews as social proof. So track not just how many reviews you are collecting, but whether they are detailed, authentic, and positive. Rich reviews without context. This solve my compliance problem carry more weight than 5 star with no comment. Fourth, PR and editorial mentions. Measure how often your brand is cited in high authority outlets, best of list, or expert quotes. These are the signals AI uses to rank trust. So your AEO scorecard isn't about chasing keywords. It is about proving that AI is finding you, trusting you, and sending you customer who convert. Now let's talk about the 30, 60, 90-day implementation plan. The first 30 days is important. Prepare and create your brand fact sheet, which is your master identity card for AI. Then pick 3 priority pages on your site, usually your about page, your services page, and one high intent FAQ. Update them so they are clear, structured, and consistent. That is your foundation. And next 30 days, once your foundation is solid, start expanding your digital footprint. Claim authoritative profiles on Google, Apple Maps, and LinkedIn. Then begin your Reddit cadence, 15 minutes a week, contributing to conversations where your customers hang out. Remember the 80-20 rules: 80% help, 20% brand mention. And the final 30 days, that is your PR and review flywheel. Now you build proof, pitch for PR mentions, even smaller media outlets count. Get featured in certain association or quoted as an expert. At the same time, put a system in place to collect customer reviews, automate reviews, requests at the right moment of customer success. This creates a flywheel of social proof that AI can't ignore. So, in just 90 days, you have gone from invisible to trusted, laying the foundation, expanding your footprint, and proving your authority in the AI search era. AI search isn't coming, it is already here. The brands that AI can clearly read, verify, and trust will win. Everyone else risks becoming invisible. That is why I help SMEs and corporates become AI legible, making sure your brand isn't just online but discoverable, understandable, and recommendable in this new ecosystem. The time to rethink your business model with AI is not 5 years from now. It is not even next year. It is right now, before disruption arrives. Because the early movers will capture the advantage. And in this new era, trust is the ultimate brand currency. So the real question for you is this: when AI is asked for the best answer in your industry, will it choose you? I hope you enjoy and learn something from the video today. Please do like, share, and comment on my channel. Thank you so much, and I will see you in my next video.